Hello and a very warm welcome. Now, we're going to talk about a famous Spaniard who I, for one, miss like crazy on the Formula 1 grid. The 2020 season is nearly upon us as we go to Melbourne, but I want to talk about a two-time Formula 1 world champion, and I miss him like crazy. I miss his persona, I miss his passion, I miss his radio rants, and all in all, I miss his racecraft. Now, Fernando Alonso we are going to talk about. I know he divides opinion. People think it's better for the sport that he is now gone because he's negative. He was a pain in the arse at McLaren, but I, for one, miss this guy incredibly. This guy is a super talent, and for me, he deserves to be on the grid every day of the week. If you're choosing your top three drivers, he is in your top three. In my opinion, easily he's in the top three. Fernando Alonso is a world-class driver, and Fernando Alonso would still win races in Formula 1 and still fight for championships. 100%. Every day of the week he would. I mean, you think back to, look at his start at Spain that time. Was it 2011? Just incredible. This guy, honestly. Let's go through. I've got some written down here. Fernando Alonso, car number 14. World-class driver. Two-time Formula 1 champion with Renault in 2005, 2006. 314 starts. 32 wins. 97 podiums. 22 poles. Former Minardi, Renault, Ferrari, McLaren driver. I miss him massively around the paddock. His persona, his racecraft. He's just wheel to wheel, phenomenal. His race starts. He could easily be a 5-time world champion. 2007 took it down to the last race. McLaren didn't pick a number 1 driver, and they basically handed Ferrari the title. 2010 took it down to the last race again. A butchered strategy, got stuck behind Vitaly Petrov. 2012, I so wanted him to win a championship. Realistically, it was between Vettel and Alonso. And I'll never forget that iconic moment at Sao Paulo, Brazil, where he's looking through his helmet and his visor's up and you can just see his eyes. I mean, he took it to the last race. I think I wanted Alonso to win the championship. I wanted him to end Vettel's dominance, and he did everything in his power to win that championship, but came unstuck. Top 3 on today's grid, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion. Now, like I said, he divides opinion. I believe, I don't want to quote him on this because he might not have said it, but I believe someone who watches my videos regularly, Jack, I believe he's not Fernando Alonso's admirer. So, like I said, he divides opinion. Been trying for the Triple Crown. Obviously, he was at McLaren, but he had more retirements than finished races because Honda engine was dog shit. 2 titles does not do this guy justice. Simply doesn't. His talent easily should have more than 2 championships. Le Mans winner 2018, 2019. 2019 Rolex 24 Hours Daytona winner. World Endurance champion. He completed the Dakar. Now, I wanted to do this. The strengths of Fernando Alonso. His racing, his racecraft, his aggression, his starts, his knowledge, his experience. He's adaptable. As you can see, he's won in other categories. Changing teams. Won in different categories, World Endurance, Daytona, Indy 500 he's going for, completed the Dakar. Now, his weakness, choosing teams. For sure, choosing teams. I mean, he left Ferrari, who were second all the time, second, went to McLaren, spent more time watching the race than he did competing in it. Radio anger. The car feels much slower than before. Amazing. GP2 engine, GP2. Ah! And we've seen it many times. Where is Palmer? Okay, Palmer has retired, Fernando. Karma. What I see from Magnussen, I never see in my life. He pushes me wide turn 7, turn 11, and turn 12. He's pretty clear, FIA. They're just off the top of my head. And he jumped ship. Like, he's a winner. Fernando Alonso is a winner. He wants to be competing for championships, F1 titles, F1 race wins. He doesn't want to be tossing it around on the limit to get out of Q1. But as we can see, McLaren are much improved. But let's be real, they're not fighting where Alonso wants. So he left the team, but does jump ship. I mean, it's just been announced he will go in Indy 500 for a third year. First year was amazing. He was leading the race. The car lets him down. Second year, he didn't qualify for the race. And third year, he's going with Arrow McLaren SP team. Will compete in Indy 500. And if he can get the Indy 500, that is the Triple Crown done. Le Mans winner, won Monaco. 2021 are the rule changes. Now basically this video is, I miss Fernando Alonso. I want him back on the F1 grid. Obviously it's not going to happen this year, but 2021, new rule changes, and who knows who's going to dominate. If he can pick the right team, which has been a weakness, this would... I just want to see him back on the grid. I want him to return in 2021. It's up to him whether he wants to come back. He's an asset to any team. And yeah, I miss him at the front. I mean, honestly, I miss him so much. Even when he was a two-time champion and my driver, Lewis Hamilton, basically took the fight to him, even though he was a rookie. Even with his dirty tactics, blocking him in the pit lane at Hungary. I miss Fernando Alonso. I want him back on the grid. I'm passionate talking about Fernando Alonso. I miss him so much. I genuinely miss him so much. It's crazy. But is it over? Is his F1 career over? If he doesn't return in 2021, his career is finished, done. But like I said before, 2 championships does not do Fernando Alonso justice. Never in a million years. He is a world-class driver. I'll argue with anyone that he's a world-class driver. Top 3 on the grid. I mean, some of the races. Look at Valencia that time, where I will never forget him holding the Spanish flag. Literally starts so low. That is probably, for me, that is his best asset, was starts. There's no one in Formula 1 history that is as good as starts as Fernando Alonso is. The crazy one at Spain. Then Spain again, where he goes round the outside of Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Raikkonen. Then he made an incredible one at Italy. I miss Fernando Alonso. I want him to return in 2021. I beg he returns in 2021. He is a phenomenal talent. And Spain, he's the best they've produced. Carlos Sainz is going well at the minute. But the thing where it all went wrong, McLaren, they were unreliable. He was angry every weekend. But now there's a happy-go-lucky environment. I mean, they did cut their ties. But now he's going with McLaren in the Indy 500. But you never know with rule changes. Mercedes are dominating now, but it's a complete new era in 2021. So if he can get that, if he does return and he can get the team choice right, who knows? He could be back at the front in Formula 1. But I, for one, hope he returns. Comment down below. We'll always reply. Let me know your thoughts on this talented Spaniard. I definitely want to see him return in 2021. What are your thoughts? I would love to know. Like I said, he divides opinion. But for me, I definitely want to see Fernando Alonso return. He deserves to return. And yeah, like 2 championships. Are you kidding me? 2 championships for... I mean, wow, it just doesn't do... Like I said, it doesn't do his talent justice. I want to see him back on the F1 grid. I absolutely miss him like crazy. He's absolutely box office. He's a bit like Tyson Fury. You love or hate Fernando Alonso, and I love him. Even though he's caused my driver big problems in 07, I still love him. He's absolutely box office, is Fernando Alonso. I hope he returns in 2021. Get them comments in down below, we'll always reply. Adios. Let's hope we see Alonso on the F1 grid again.